There have been some bold claims from a lot of reviewers on YouTube for the clubs that I am using today. They're a hollow body design golf club. They're a club that has been said that it is the best in the market. And when we're talking hollow body irons, we know that there is one big brand that has been dominating this space for many years, and that is TaylorMade. These are not TaylorMade. Let's see what we can score with them today over the next 3 holes, and if they are better than the P770 and P790 range. Straight away, they do feel fantastic. That one was a little bit heavy, but it has done the job. And if I zoom in there now, you'll see we're off to a good start. Now guys, if you're using hollow body design golf clubs, then comment below what clubs are you using. Again, in my bag over the years, I have had the P770s in there. I have had the Cobra Forge Techs in. So again, both clubs that are hollow body that for me perform fantastic. For me, I use them because I was struggling. I wasn't hitting it out of the centre, and we know that with these clubs they are designed to be that little bit more forgiving. As soon as I started to be playing a little bit more, filming a little bit more, hitting it better, working on my swing, I did move into a CB-MB combo. But when I hit shots just like that, again, first thing here in the morning, not had many swings, that's done exactly what I want it to do. Obviously, I've not hit it out of the middle. It did feel fantastic off this face. It is a 3x forged face, if that gives away what brand we are talking about. But that has gone as close as I would want it to go. Obviously, well, ideally I'd have a hole in one. Still never had one of those. But we're getting forgiveness, and that's exactly what these clubs are directed at. But what do you have? Do you have TaylorMades? Do you have Callaways? Do you have Pings? What hollow body clubs have you got in your bag? And if we talk about stopping power, again, that has pitched here and stopped, so very quick from a 6-iron. So that's exactly what we like to see, because that's what we need for you. Obviously, if you're somebody who's struggling, if you're using, again, going for some clubs that are hollow bodied for that extra bit of forgiveness, we need obviously some other benefits, and these irons are designed to give you a little bit higher spin. So again, getting that landing angle, getting that spin, getting that ball launching a little bit easier than if you were using some CB irons, some forged irons that again are down in the MB CB range, might not give you. But there, a great shot, well inside tour average. Can we take advantage? Just a little bit low, but a good roll there. It's given me a good chance to be able to do this. But obviously when we're talking about golf clubs, and we know at the minute everything seems to be going up. Are these clubs value for money? How much are they costing? And to be honest, what clubs are they? And obviously what the clubs, if you haven't already guessed, what we are talking about today are the PXG0317T irons. As you can see on there, 3x forged. We do have the milling on the back. We also have tungsten weighting in the toe here to again get that forgiveness for us. So it's all about forgiveness here. We know hollow bodied, we've got that thin face. We are trying to get the fastest face in golf, the fastest ball speed from PXG, and that's what we want to see here. Obviously down behind the golf ball look nice and sleek, so obviously you can see on screen how they look. Getting out here straight away, minimal offset. This is the 4-iron, but it doesn't look obviously too uninviting to hit. For me, you've got to think about what you need in your set. Do you go 4-iron, or do you go for something maybe a little bit bigger, a bit more forgiving, or do you go into a hybrid when you get to this area of your bag? Obviously, if we were looking at buying these clubs, they are £189 per club. So 4-iron to pitching wedge would be over £1,300. When we go, if we was going 3-iron down to pitching wedge, we'd be looking at £1,500. So maybe a little bit more than your TaylorMades, than your other brands. But for me, obviously on the Everyday Golfer, we want to give you obviously a review of everything here at different price points. Are they value for money? That's the big question when I'm talking about golf at the moment. Is something value for money? Is it worth getting these? These could be the best irons that I've hit, and they feel great, but it all depends on what you want to spend. Is it worth you saving those couple more months to be able to get these clubs, or is it better to get some last generation clubs, maybe get some second-hand ones, or go to another brand? It all depends on your budget, what you're willing to spend. For me, I've only hit one shot. They felt fantastic, but they have to produce. Here I've got the 4-iron. And what kind of shot shape can I get? Can I get it to launch nice and low? Yes, you say it's a 4-iron, but can I play those shots? Are they versatile? Hollow body design clubs sometimes can launch a little bit higher because that's the kind of golf they're for. But if you want to play different shots, can we do that? It looks like one of the greenkeepers having a cracking morning. A Werther's original. I'll put that in the bin shortly. Who's on the Werther's original? Comment below. Right, let's see if I can play a lower ball flight here on this tough par 4, the 7th hole here at Waterfront. And again, a mid-flight there, I'm more than happy with that. And very interesting there, I did, again, just catch it a little bit before, but the strike still felt fantastic. So there, forgiveness-wise, a little bit struck before, but I've still got a good ball speed off that. It looks like it's gone a good distance. The ball flight wasn't compromised. And for me, more importantly, very straight there. So we know obviously in these clubs we have got perimeter weighting, we have got that weight in the back, which is one of the big things that PXG have to help you with that centre of gravity, help you be able to control that club face a little bit more, maybe try and take a little bit of the twisting out if they can, because after all, that's what we want. We want to keep our ball a little bit straighter, and are we paying that more extra money for these clubs to have that little bit more technology in? They really do go to the extreme, as we know, with PXG. And that could be worth you saving that little bit more money, because those 2 shots so far put me in good stead in regards to scoring. And comment below, guys, what are you happy spending on your golf clubs? We know it's that kind of time where golf clubs aren't getting any cheaper. We know that drivers this year, they did listen, they have brought them down a little bit in price, so they're a little bit more affordable, £50 here or there. But are you spending the money on things new? What would you spend on a set of irons if they were going to give you the ultimate forgiveness and a fantastic feel, but more importantly, help you shoot lower scores? Because after all, that's what we're trying to do when we buy new clubs. Hopefully they're going to help us, not hinder us. But it's all about price at the moment. But for me, so far, so good. But what can I do in the next couple of holes here at Waterfront? Because this is where you would need to start scoring, and this is where you need to think, are new clubs going to help you, or would it be lessons, would it be something else that you need to get out and do to help you lower your scores? So you can see as we walk up here just before the Seagulls, it has managed to get around this corner, so it has done well from not being the best of strikes. In the summer that might be down there in the middle stripe again. Fantastic fairways, it has run out finally. We finally have some run here in England, but that's the shot it's left me in. But guys, would you like to see me put these to the test against the P770s and see which one does come out on top? Again, looks wise, I do think these are fantastic. Again, that weighting in the back can be changed, and they do say that's by a PXG fitter, so there's now a few more centres throughout the UK for you to do that. Again, looks wise, if we're talking looks behind the golf ball, I think they look a little bit sleeker than the P770s to me. Again, behind the golf ball when you're looking down, although they are hollow bodied, they do very much sit like a CB. They look like they could be a CB there again. The back of the clubs don't really tell you what they could be. They're not screaming out hollow bodies. There's not the tungsten weight showing on the outside, showing that it is obviously more forgiving. Obviously that's all inside the club head, which is very interesting here. Obviously they're trying to make it look sleek, so in your bag your playing partners aren't saying, oh, you've gone for forgiving irons. They look fantastic, feel fantastic with that 3x4s. Again, we've got the milled face to try and get obviously good control on your spin, get your distance control a little bit more accurate. Let's see how the 8-iron does here. Feel fantastic, and again the ball flight on that, a nice mid trajectory, and that is bang in the middle of the green. I haven't took the flag on there, I've just played conservative there to the middle of the green, but that was effortless. I've not had to try and hit that, I've not had to try and manipulate it, and for me right there, all the distances I've hit there have been exactly what I would hit with my irons, but it has felt a little bit more effortless, because that was the first one that I've actually struck out of the middle. The other two felt pretty much the same, even though I know I caught the ground a little bit before, so obviously you're getting away with poor swings, which unfortunately we all make. But can I get up there now and 2-putt, and then we'll get on to a long par 4. It may be a driver off the tee, but then it's about how the 4-iron or the 6-iron can do into a long par 4. Can we get the landing angle that we need? Can we get the accuracy? And are they going to show that they are worth the value? They are that little bit more expensive. They are up at that premium range. We know there are clubs that are more expensive than this. So like I said, when we're talking about price, what is your budget? Do you want to stay that a little bit longer for these? Are they going to give you that better performance? For me, the looks are fantastic, the feel is fantastic, and so far the performance is ticking the boxes. So it's ticking all the boxes you would want to see from these clubs. It's all about what you want to spend when you are getting clubs this year. Now, if we're talking about distance control, which is a big thing that PXG state with these clubs, I would say that is exactly what I would want. Just around about 30 feet away, but from that distance, 165 yards, that would be around about tour average. So yes, you might say, well, I'd be disappointed with that shot because it's not extremely close with an A-time, but if we're talking averages, this would have been a good shot. I would be ticking boxes on the scorecards with the tour players. So doing exactly what we want it to do, being consistent with distance. And giving me chances like that. Again, nice easy two putt there, a very easy par, hitting an iron off the tee. I haven't hit driver, but I've still been able to get out of here nice and easily with a par. So making the game very easy are these irons. Are they much better than TaylorMade's? Comment below, do you want to see that video in weeks to come? So guys, we're now on the 8th hole here at Waterfront, par 4, 457 yards, and you can see by the flyover, the biggest thing for us here is getting past those bunkers. Normally, we're going to see that this is going to leave me around about 4 iron to an 8 iron, depending on how firm the fairway is. Today, I think it's going to be a little bit of a drop and stop, so we should be looking at a 4 iron. And how can we get that into the green? Good flight there, soft fade into that middle strike. And again, have we got any run? We might have got 3 yards run there, but it's in the middle of the fairway. But now can we get that 4 iron launching high? When we go into these kinds of clubs, we need to be thinking, are they versatile? And can we get different ball flights? Can I get this nice and high with a 4 iron with this hollow body design, get it landing soft, and again helping me have a 4 iron that's easier to hit than a CB or an MB, something that can be obviously launched a little bit higher and get me that landing angle. We want the top end of your bag especially to be nice and forgiving, where you have confidence to be able to hit these kinds of shots. And you'll see up here just on the right hand side of this fairway, but around about 200 yards in from there, so 200 yards straight over the geese to a front pin, so we need the landing angle. And here, you know, it's not just the club that are going to create this ball flight. We do still have to have a sound technique. Unfortunately, yes, you might be paying that little bit more for these PXGs, but they're not going to magically make you hit shots that you can't play from your swings. So again, for me so far, I believe the value for money, it all just depends on your budget. Again there, not the best strike at all, but that is chasing up there. Ball a little bit above my feet there, and that was more me, but it's up there on the green. So that again there shows the forgiveness. Not the best strike there, but it's still down there. I haven't got the one launching high, but for me, not swinging it the best today, not striking the ball the best, I'm still getting around and being able to play relatively easy. That was a 4 iron, not the best strike, but I'm still down there on the fringe, just short of the green. So it's showing that value for money in technology-wise, we're certainly getting that there. And this is where, for me, we're ticking all the boxes with these PXGs. So value for money, we're getting performance, the feel is great. And how did they stand up against those other brands that are at the top of the tree? So we know that TaylorMade are right up there. They've had the #1 spot in this category, I would say, for many a year now. Can these knock them off? Let's put that to the test. Can I escape with another par? It had the line, just not the legs. But guys, that is 3 pars in a row. I can't say that I've really, well, maybe I've struck one shot good, which was the 8 iron into the last par 4. But that shows exactly what these PXG irons are designed for. Hollow bodies, yes, fantastic looking, but when you're not swinging it well, they're going to do a lot of work for you. Extreme forgiveness there, exactly what we would expect from a premium brand like PXG. Certainly clubs not to overlook. If that's in your budget, if you're looking for some clubs, I have to say they are right up there with the TaylorMade. But I'm going to compare those to the P790s. If you want to see me test them against anything else in that video, then get in those comments below. And guys, if you're enjoying the content, then do please consider hitting that subscribe button, and we will see you again tomorrow.